New at 10 o'clock tonight, a recent study shows that a startling number of drivers are under the influence of marijuana or drugs. KTK's Annalise Coble digs into how East Texans are being affected and what law enforcement is doing to combat the life or death habit in tonight's special report, High Behind the Wheel. And we want to warn you, some of the pictures you may see could be deemed graphic to some viewers.
Patty Foster should be dead.
June 18th, 2002, my life stopped. Completely smashed, gone, dead, white sheet pulled over me.
Foster and 3 friends were idling at a stoplight while on the way to a Bible study in Smith County. Foster had just unbuckled her seatbelt to check on flowers in the back of the SUV.
As I turned, bam, the impact happened. A semi pulling a trailer full of cars, barreling down the highway at 70 miles per hour, plowed into the back of our completely stopped, not moving Tahoe.
An accident that would claim 2 lives and completely change the trajectory of Foster's. She was thrown from the car.
Every single basic function of living, I had to relearn. They had to teach me that. Even like ABCs, how to write, identify capital letters, lowercase letters, everything. Numbers, every single thing. So I was truly a 34-year-old infant.
Foster would later find out the driver was under the influence of several types of drugs.
Whenever you use drugs, even something as mild as marijuana, and drive, all of the research shows that it impairs your ability to make good judgments. And people who've been using marijuana and then drive are involved in more accidents. They can't judge their speed very well, so sometimes they're going much faster than they think.
Safety advocates from Mothers Against Drunk Driving in East Texas have now expanded their activism well beyond alcohol.
The concern is that they're driving impaired. It's not the marijuana use from our perspective. We're opposed to drunk driving, distracted driving, and drug driving.
Recent research by the CDC shows an alarming number of drivers 16 years or older admitting that they do drugs like marijuana and other kinds before getting behind the wheel.
In the 2018 study, 12 million drivers confessed to driving under the influence of marijuana, while 2.3 million said they drove after using illicit drugs like cocaine, heroin, and LSD. Smith County Sheriff Larry Smith says his deputies went from arresting around 10 people a year to about 150 in 2018 for intoxicated driving charges. 2019 figures aren't yet available locally or nationally, but experts fear they could be even higher.
An impaired driver is likely to kill somebody, and they're going to be just as dead if they were shot with a shotgun or stabbed with a knife or whatever. So that's my motive behind our stepped-up impaired driver enforcement.
Companies like Inspector IR Systems, based in Frisco, are trying to get ahead of this dangerous trend to help law enforcement.
This is a widespread challenge and a problem that isn't unique to Texas.
In fact, a study by AAA found the number of THC-positive drivers in Washington, D.C. has doubled since pot was legalized there in 2012. So the startup company created a breathalyzer system that can tell how much THC, which produces a high, is in the driver's system. That helps police determine if someone has used a legal CBD product or marijuana. Sheriff Smith worries about new technology this early in the game, since they haven't had enough time to work out any kinks. Normal, an organization working to reform marijuana laws for people who need it for medical reasons, has the same concerns.
First of all, I think it's really important that there be some way to test and see how much cannabis or THC is in someone's system, but we need to make sure that it's a well-vetted product, that there is testing into the per se limits that they're going to be instituting, and making sure that it's all science-driven as opposed to arbitrary. If you look at alcohol, there was research done, and that's how they came up with the percentage that they came up with.
For now, both believe the most reliable way to test impaired drivers is still a field sobriety test. And here in Smith County, Sheriff Smith makes sure a warrant for a blood test is also an option. That way they know exactly what is in the driver's system. And that way, the driver knows what's at stake.
The way it impacted not only us, not only the people that we in the actual crash, but our families, because look how that does affect. Drug impairment does affect the friends and family and people you don't even know.
A sobering lesson that's often learned when it's already too late. Annalise Coble, KETK News.